Welcome back to Infinite Jeff. I'm Jeff, reading the book Infinite Jest to you. One day at a time, one page at a time, putting it on the YouTubes. What is Infinite Jest, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. It's a book by David Foster Wallace, who was an author, who published it in 1996, and he later ended his own life. Similar to Miss Gompert. And hey, I think this is the last page of her suicide stuff for the time being, so that's a bonus, I guess. But we're on a Miss Gompert's suicide attempt anyway, page 78. Why is she feeling so bad? Let's find out. Anything except for the feeling to go away, but it doesn't. Part of the feeling is being like willing to do anything to make it go away. Understand that. Anything. Do you understand? It's not wanting to hurt myself. It's wanting to not hurt. The doctor hadn't even pretended to try to take notes on all this. He couldn't keep himself from trying to determine whether the ambient blank insincerity the patient seemed to project during what appeared, clinically, to be a significant gamble and move towards trust and self-revealing was in fact projected by the patient, or was somehow counter-transferred or projected onto the patient from the doctor's own psyche out of some sort of anxiety over the critical therapeutic possibilities her revelation of concern over drug use might represent. The time this thinking required looked like sober and thoughtful consideration of what Kate Gompert had said. She was again gazing at her feet's interactions with the empty boating sneakers, her face moving between expressions associated with grief and suffering. None of the clinical literature the doctor had read for his psych rotation suggested any relation between unipolar episodes and withdrawal from cannabinoids. So this has happened in the past, prior to your other hospitalizations, then, Catherine. Her face, foreshortened by its downward angle, was working in the spread, writhing configurations of weeping, but no tears emerged. I just want you to shock me. Just get me out of this. I'll do anything you want. Have you explored this possible connection between your cannabis use and your depressions with your regular therapist, Catherine? She did not respond directly as such. Her associations began to loosen, in the doctor's opinions, as her face continued to work dryly. I had shock before, and it got me out of this. Straps, nurses with their sneakers and the little green bags, anti-saliva injections, rubber thing for your tongue, general, just some headaches. I didn't mind it at all. I know everybody thinks it's horrible. That old cartridge, Nichols, and the big Indian, distortion. They give you a general here, right? They put you under. It's not that bad. I'll go willingly. The doctor was summarizing her choice of treatment option, as was her right on her chart. He had extremely good penmanship for a doctor. He put her "get me out of this" in quotation marks. He was adding his own post-assessment question. Then what? When Kate Gompert began weeping for real. All right, section break. And just before 145 hours on 2nd of April, YDAU, that's Year of Dependent Adult Undergarment, his wife arrived back home and covered her hair and came in and saw the Near Eastern medical attaché in his face and tray and eyes and the soiled condition of his special. And that's all we got for today, folks. That was page 78. Wow. We're coming up on 3 months of this in about a week or two, so that's, yeah. We'll see if I can get to, the end. But with that, I bid you adieu. Good night.